guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Luna over here. I'm a real estate agent here in Philly. Today's video, I'm going to talk about how many transactions I have closed this year. I moved to Philly in the summer, 2017 in the summer, and I started selling real estate in 2018 with Canon Realty. So my first year in real estate, I closed about 13 deals, and my second year in real estate, I closed about 23. So on my third year of being a real estate agent, I actually closed about 35 deals. This year, I actually worked less but smarter. And secondly, this year, I have more divided different sources that help me close more deals. And number three, I actually worked with less buyers. If you look at my home snap, in the past 12 months, I've only did 7 buyer deals. The first one I closed is in West Philadelphia. It's in Cedar Park, so it's a good section of Philadelphia. And that was actually a real estate agent referral from my YouTube channel. Next one is a cold call. And then my cold call seller actually want to purchase a property, and then I helped her find something. Keep you guys in mind, these, I closed them in February, so I really did and accepted the offer and get the transaction and listing signed back 2 months prior. So I actually sold that property on Brighton Street. I actually signed the offer on New Year's Eve, which is crazy, I know. In March, I closed 3 deals. So the first one was a cold call, and then a lead called from Zillow. So how Zillow works is if you get Premier agent, you put your name, you pay for advertising. So when sellers are looking for an agent, if they're looking to sell a property, they type in the zip code, and if you're the Premier agent, your name will be on the bottom. That's kind of how my seller found me. She clicked on my profile, and then she saw that I have a bunch of listings and reviews, and then ultimately she gave me a call, and that's how she picked me. And then the next one is actually from Zillow too. My seller speaks Mandarin. They had a investment properties that they purchased in 2012. In April, I had 3 transactions, and then the third listing, actually I was dual agent, so technically that's 4 transactions there. The first one is a cold call. I actually cold called the lady. She's a super cute grandma, and then she told me one of her friends who is actually live close to Bell's Market, and he's thinking about selling. So I call the seller right away, and then I get to meet my seller. The closing was a struggle because we're set to close in January, but then because of the buyer's financing, and then we've been postponed, and then COVID hit, and then we get like a couple other delays. So I'm so glad I closed on that one. And then the next one is also a cold call. It's my first ever cold call, and my seller's a cop. I sold his house 2 years ago, and this is the lead that he gave it to me of his parents' house that I sold. The next one is a cold call also. I've been talking to my seller for a year and a half. It's his mother's house, and they left it as estate, so it's been empty for more than a year because it's an estate sale, so there's a bunch of paperwork needs to be taken care of, and then there's the family, they need to get rid of the stuff, so it's a long follow-up, but I closed on that one, and I was dual agent. And move on to the next one. So that's when COVID hit. I started prospecting. I did not have a closing in May. I keep you guys in mind, I was kind of freaked out. All my transactions has been closed, and I don't have any current business, and my mindset was at a pretty low. With what's going on, everyone is scared, so I need to get some active business, and that's why I really started calling for sale by owner and expired listing. I got Vulcan data for both of them. I do have a link down below if you guys want to go check it out. So the first deal that I closed in June is a for sale by owner. I called him right around when he first listed, went to meet him on that weekend, and then I signed a listing agreement on Tuesday. So he was a very typical FSBO. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He's just trying to test out the market. I told him about how much I think the property is worth, and the number makes sense for him to list with me, and that's what we did. So the next one is a cold call. Oh my God, my seller, she's super nice. I cold called her in January. I did several follow-up calls, and then they were telling me that they have to fix the back screen door. So I waited for about a month, and then we finally got them up on the market. So we actually were on the market in March, and then we are closing in June because it's a FHA deal. So they did have a delay several times. And then we're finally closed on that one too. So that's a cold call. In July, I had 5 closing, 2 are FSBO, 1 is an agent referral from YouTube, and then St. Vincent Street, that one is a cold call. On that particular listing, I was dual agent too because it was an old rundown home. I do have a list of cash buyers in my Mojo Dollar. Those are my database. So, you know, we showed for 3 days, and then my seller ended up picking out my cash buyer because that was just the best offer that he has. And then also they're buying it as is. So it worked out perfectly. So from September to October, I have total 7 transactions. And the first one was a referral from YouTube. It's the seller who bought a property in Coatesville. That's a big commission check. It's a higher on the price point. And then it was a seller that I talked to his brother. I sold his brother's house. We've kept in touch, and then he called me and got my information from his brother. So I guess that's a referral. The next one is a referral from a cold call. And then the next one is a cold call from last year. And then the next one is that Ryan Avenue when my seller's husband unfortunately passed away. I was among the wholesalers calling her. I followed up with her for about 11 months, and then we finally closed it last month. That was that one. And then a FSBO, and then a sign call. Believe it or not, it was she saw my sign out in the neighbor's yard, and then she called me. I found her a buyer too. That was a really quick sale too. All the transactions that I have done this year, including, those are just, you know, I can go on and on, honestly. There are a few more. So 31, the one on Robbins, I have 2 duplex. One is under contract. That duplex was an expired listing, but she's listing 3 properties with me. And funny enough, she was my broker's expired before, and I'm so glad I put that under contract. And the next one, Cottage Street. That property is, I did a cold call. I initially called my seller on his home, residential home. Then I actually went to meet him. He told me he has investment property that he would like to sell. So it took me about a month to follow up with him, and we meet at the property the second month when the appliances are all installed, and we signed the listing contract there. We got an offer within a week, and it was pretty much full asking, so we're looking to close in a week or so, so in this month. And then I also have another cold call, my seller that I've been talking to since May, and we listed 2 months ago, and now we're under contract, so we're looking to close on the 21st of this month. So I can go on and on. I have several other deals, and then I have about 5 actives right now. But other than that, all the sales that I have done this year, that also needs to include, I have 4 deals that were closed by my buyer agent. So other than that, other than I'm prospecting, I'm getting current business, I'm also distributing all my good buyer leads to my 3 buyer agents. They're out there showing homes on the weekend. They're closing deals for me. I filtered out all the leads for them. I asked all the pre-quote questions. I kind of narrowed down what exactly that the buyer wants, what the time frame that they're looking to move into, and then when is the best time for my buyer agent to schedule showing, and what is the best way for them to receive, you know, the new listing leads, whether if it's through email or if it's through texting or calling. So those are the things that I'm doing. Also, I set up my second YouTube channel, the Chinese YouTube channel, and surprisingly enough, that has been providing me so many leads. So, you know, all these things that I'm doing, I just feel like the last several months has been adding so much momentum for my business, and it's been so diverse, and I would never be stressed out about running out of leads. So I hope this video can give you guys some sort of insight and inspiration. If you like this video, you watch until this far, make sure you comment fortune cookies down below. Thank you so much you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.